embody the corruption of Filipino society. Named Ernita, or Ernie, the prostitute is the bastard daughter of Conchita Rojo, after the latter was raped by a Japanese soldier during the Second World War. After she was born, Ernie is committed to the orphanage by Conchita's sister, Felicita. Did I pronounce that right? Felicita. Or is it Felicitas? Felicitas, of course. Felicitas. And later made to live with a household staff in the now decaying Ernita, the red light district of post-war Manila. What a vision. I would love to see how it used to be then. In the scene that will be dramatized before you, okay, Ernie is now a woman in the full blush of youth. And set to graduate from college, goes to her aunt in Fort Sport to ask for some money to buy a graduation dress. Banished by her aunt, Ernie decides to go to the Camarin, the high-class brothel. The scene is rife with tension and is very operatic. Indeed, Discovery Magazine, the in-flight magazine of Cathay Pacific Airlines, has made Ernita one of the top 10 novels about Southeast Asia, alongside novels by Graham Greene, Joseph Conrad, James Clavell, Andre Malraux, and Yukio Mishima. Discovery calls F. Sunil Jose's novel operatic in theme, intriguing in detail, and never lagging in plot. Just as the housekeeper said, Felicitas Rojo was up at 10 and was soon brought for breakfast by Alejandra, who told Ernie, shaking her head, "You may go, and pray it will end well for you." Ernie knocked timidly on the far door of the house and barely heard Sally tell her to come in. If she wasn't sure of herself when she first met her aunt, now at least within her that insecurity was banished, and in its place, this quiet certitude that she was doing right. She entered the room. Home was large, with the living room dominated by a giant bed of gas, polished as sheet, and it glowed in the morning light. The floor was carpeted completely, celadon green, like a living room. Felicitas Rojo sat before a small Chinese table by the picture window that opened out to the swimming pool. She was shelling a hard-boiled egg. "Good morning, Miss Rojo," Ernie said, her voice low and measured. "You look right." Sally, the sip of her coffee, shook her head slightly, and without turning to her visitor, she asked in English, "And may I know why I'm doing all you do this visit?" Ernie immediately sensed the sarcasm. "I don't meant to interrupt your breakfast, Miss Rojo," she said, "didn't you? But I hope you have time to listen to me." It was amazing how young Felicitas Rojo looked when she finally faced her needs. Her loose pink negligee with it brought open almost down to the navel, partially exposed her pendulous breasts. Her neck, as was her face, was in line. She had not yet washed her face, and it was oily and sweet, and without lipstick, her lips were thick and flat. She finally faced Ernie. "Ah," she was condescending. "I can see that my money was used well. You are healthy. Your diction is perfect. Surely there is nothing more I want." Ernie did not answer immediately. The first time she saw her aunt, she was thinking like now. Courtesy is practice given by the poor, demanded that she invite me to eat, or at least act she had already been after. She did not even offer her a chair. She was her aunt. The blood pumping in that cartilage body, the same blood that was in her. Since this relationship did not mean anything, Ernie's determination was now strengthened by slowly rising, twisting anger, which she suppressed through a well-tempered all these years. What had crime taught this poor-time slobbering woman? Contempt for those she considered below her. Look at that Rebecca face. Alive, youthful still. Quickly she recalled the Oscar Wilde stories that I had asked her to read. Dorian Gray. Always young, handsome, while his portrait aged, decayed. Could it be that Cousin Rolfa had discovered the fountain of youth? It was then that she saw Sally's hands, and they immediately betrayed her age. For her hands were ancient, withered. With all her mind, Sally Rolfa must have had a dozen facelifts. She smiled to herself, this discovery, when she replied, it was always a revenge. I am now 20, and in March I will be graduating. Sally's scrutiny started from Ernest's feet up, and she sealed. The flat face now bore lines around the mouth. I hope you have been really friends, she said. I have, said Ernest repeatedly. I know now who my mother is. Your sister. And my father. Sally's face darkened. The lines that had deepened around her mouth appeared on her forehead as well. Must the past be raked over again and brought to the harsh light of today? Everything had been plowed under that ugly war, and how she had been left behind by the general, and that day in the bomb shelter when she thought the world would end. She had never known before the kind of fear that shriveled the heart and really blacked the mind. But now, Betty Roja feared nothing except that past itself and its reincarnation in this girl before her. How haughty she stood, how composed and serene, and for an instant, very angry. Hated her to the very core of her being for being so young, even more beautiful than her old sister when Conchita was her age. But the intensity of her hate did not linger, only the contempt. What must now be done so that the wrong name would not and would remain unsullied, at least to the many who still did not know this girl's progeny? She spoke fully now. I have done a decent thing. Let you out of that orphanage. Oh, that crazy non-busting thing. You would run away? I should have let things be. You would have run away and disappeared. And who would have really cared? But I do have some conscience. Ross, you must remember that we must have conscience. We have a conscience. I am grateful, Miss Ross, and he said without losing his conclusion. But eventually I would have gotten out myself. People grow up and find out that they have their own minds, that they can be independent. Do you want to be independent of the Ross now? I can never be rid of my debt to you. I'll always be grateful. Please believe me. But I also know that even bastard children have some rights. Rights? What rights? Very interesting voice. Since my mother is your sister. And who told you this? Daddy was now truly angry, and the narrow Chinese eyes widened and glared. I know! It is that Arturo doing nothing but gossiping. She rushed to the door, opened it, and screamed, Orang! Orang! Putang ina! Orang! Prostitute! Come here now! Ernie had never expected her aunt to use such language, that kind of speech she never heard in the lodge. Like a motioned down the kitchen, soft sort of feet on the carpet, and Ram was in the room, her face ashen and afraid. You, that Jack finger at her so close, Ernie thought she would put that accusing finger into the eye of the clock. You told this girl that Conchita is her mother? You told her about the Japanese soldier? Everything? But it is not true. It is an absolute lie. This girl was left behind by her mother. A mestiza, abandoned by an American soldier. That is the story, and you cannot say otherwise. Go back to your work, prostitute. And no more lies from you and your husband. This is the last time I will see you. She went to the phone and hastily dialed the number. Ernie started to talk, but she glared at the girl. Later, I will attend to you, she commanded. Then to the phone. Oh yeah, what's her name? It was her brother she was speaking to. So she switched to Spanish. I want you to sell that house in a weekend evening. Now, if you can find a buyer, you know your way around the real estate market. You should have no problem. No, I'm not sentimental anymore. The people there, that is their problem. I don't want them there. They can all go to hell for all I care. Do you understand? Drive them out. Sell the house. Do it at a loss if you have to. I just don't want that house anymore and those people there. Ernie listened. Anxiety, fear clawing at her. This is what she had done. And Alejandra and Arturo had warned her. From the very beginning, had Kelly not told her she must not reveal to anyone she was related to them? Now, the last thin shred of that connection was being cut. Miss Rowe, she said beseechingly, please don't send them away. This isn't me. It is not their fault. I forced them to tell me. Arturo, he's going blind. You know that. The wound in his head. It's hurting all the eyes. Where is your conscience? I will leave, but let them stay. Treachery! Treachery! Mary St. glared at her. You must have inherited that from your father. You have no sense of guilt or honor. Whatever the Japanese call it. To me, most of all. Honor. Not guilt. Ever corrected her. I owe this on upon birth to that man who raped my mother. I owe this on to my mother, no matter how she denies me. But as a Rojo, illegitimate though I may be, I have some rights. Tell him stand back. To the sip of the coffee on the breakfast table. Then she broke out in a loud, mocking laughter. Oh, no joy in it. Just chilling dish. Why don't you tell your mother that? Maybe she'll give you some money to buy a silence. But from me, not a $1. You can proclaim to the world your birthright. You can have 1,000 affidavits signed by the most prestigious lawyers, and let us see if you can fight the Rojos or this Rojo. She gestured with her thumb at her heaving breasts. I am the woman. Your niece is Rojo. Yes! Yes! That screamed. And I hate the day it happened. The day you were born. Do you know what we wished? All of us? That you had never seen the light of day. I should have left you there in that orphanage to rot. Sister Constantia knows. Not everything. Do you think we told her about his father? Never. So all we have are Alejandra, Oran, and Arturo. Please do not bring Alejandra into this. She said nothing. And she better not. Except thumping on the table and shaking the cup of the plate of fried rice she has not touched. So now, You are on your own. Conscience is clear. Giving you the education. You are 20. An adult. Capable of independent steps. Circle. Daddy thrust the pudgy chin at the door. Don't you ever show your face to me. That was that. That's what it is. Never again you should be your own. That same day, with a tremendous burden now on her shoulders, she went to the computer.